say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Now thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. Yeah. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I wanna just say thank you now. Just thank you now. 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 Each and every day I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. So happy to be here this morning. So happy to see you all here in the sanctuary and those joining us from home. Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center Spokane, where we are all about our mission of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. My name is Amber McKenzie, and I will be your platform assistant this morning. As always, we want to begin our time together by sharing our opening affirmation. I will say it once and then just ask that you repeat it with me. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. This is Unity's foundation principle. One presence, one power, one life, living through and as each one of us. This morning, we are very excited to hear from our transformational speaker, Joan Broeckling. and her message titled The Blessons of Uncertainty. Joan will also be leading us in today's meditation. And now we have some news you can use. There's quite a few, so, take notes if you can. And Hank Broeckling will bring you the news you can use.
Good morning, everyone. The first message today is about a Zoom book study group. Licensed Unity teacher Karen Dunmore is offering a book study on a book called My Grandmother's Hands by Resmaa Menakem. The book treats racism collectively and uniquely as a healing journey for all of us because we are in this together. Resmaa speaks of white, black, and blue, meaning love officers, not bruises, I think, body trauma. He includes various short practices to move this energy through and out of the body. Please join Karen on Zoom Wednesday evenings at 6, beginning February 10th. This group is by love offering. If you are interested, contact Karen by email at dunmore@gmail.com, dunmork@gmail.com. The next message is about our new community member orientation. For anyone interested in learning more about becoming a community member here at Unity's Spiritual Center of Spokane, please join Amber McKenzie for a new member orientation on Sunday, February 7th at noon via Zoom. She's just fun to be with, so I just want to do it probably just for that reason alone. Let's see here, I lost my place. So please email Amber if you're interested in attending at amckenzie@unityspokane.org. And this is our final reminder for our virtual town hall meeting, which is next Sunday. We'll be meeting on Zoom January 31st at 11:30 a.m. So that's shortly after this service ends, so it should be pretty easy to just tie up with that. This is the first time we've ever done a virtual annual meeting, so it should be a good experience. But please come. We really need your input, and this is an important time in the life of this church. We're creating a whole new Unity Spiritual Center, and we need your input to help do that and your energy. And then next week on January 31st, our very own Mary Teresa True will be giving Sunday messages titled Us and Them and How Meditation Can Fix It. Mary's a longtime member of this church. Just last year, she and her husband retired to the bliss of Priest Lake, and she's going to drive all the way back here just to talk to us, but she's a wonderful speaker, and you definitely don't want to miss that. And then the week after that, we have a new speaker the following Sunday on February 7th. Mark Terrell is a spiritual director and founder of a nonprofit serving homeless youth in Spokane. Mark has over 25 years experience working in ministry and social services. His personal experience with spiritual direction has sustained him in ministry and allowed him to live freely and authentically. His talk is titled, Being Tethered to the Love of God. And now here's Al Koenigsweg to update you on the spirit groups here.
Thank you, Hank. And if you thought it was over, it's not. So, once again, my name's Al Koenigsfeld. I am the coordinator for spirit groups here. And we have been, the last few weeks, begging for hosts. The hosts have come through, and so now it's time to choose your class and decide what you'd like to take during the next few weeks. So you can see this slide on your screen. Monday the 7th, there will be a book study hosted by Jeff Tawney. It's on Shannon Lee's book about her father, Bruce Lee, called Be Water, My Friend. And as you can see, and all of these email addresses will be on the Wednesday newsletter. So don't feel that you need to scramble and find pen and paper. But it's tawneywood@gmail.com, TAWNEYWOOD. On Wednesdays, we have a group studying the Sunday message. That's at 1 p.m., hosted by Rhonda Krause. And her email is capricorn11441@msn.com. Or you can reach her at 509-352-2729. 2263. On Thursday, we have a Power of 8 meditation hosted by a couple right over here, Sandy Schilling. That's sandsschilling8@gmail.com or 509-993-7192. This is a hugely powerful meditative practice, and I definitely encourage anybody who wants to really allow the power of love to come into their life to check out this group. And then Friday we have a book study, 7 p.m., The Healing Code by Ben Johnson. And this is hosted by Ann and Gary Howard, and that's cghoward32@comcast.net. We also are going to have one possible bonus group. There we go. The date and time is still in flux, but a discussion group called Spiritual Considerations for Political Challenges, hosted by Pat Mertens. That's PMERTENS31752@gmail.com. So if you're still feeling a little unsettled around all of the brouhaha that's happened over the last few years, this might be a wonderful group. So thank you all, and I appreciate the time and attention.
So right now, this is a new experience for me, and hadn't had this experience in the last 43 years that I've known Joan, but I get to introduce her as a speaker. And she just gave me this look like, you better be careful what you say up there. And I was like, I told her one thing I was going to say yesterday, she said, don't you dare say that. So anyway, but what I would like to say about her is that she is just the light of my life. We've been married for 43 years. I'll tell you this story. We actually met at Unity Village. We had a young adult retreat in 1977, and I was guided to go there, so was she, and we hooked up, and we've been together ever since. So our marriage was based in spirit and started there, and so it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet now so she can talk, because, she usually does talk anyway, but anyway, it is my great honor to introduce Joan and have her come up and share her heart and her love with you. You're welcome.
Well, that was pretty tame. Okay. Well, I am so grateful to be here with all of you here today who are here in person and those of you here through live streaming. You are my spiritual community, and I have so appreciated so many people over the last couple of weeks saying, oh, Joan, it's going to be great. So that has been wonderful encouragement for me. I've been in Unity most of my adult life, and I've served in many capacities, but the one thing I have always avoided doing is the Sunday talk. And I've told myself the story that one either is a public speaker or isn't a public speaker, and I've always put myself firmly in that latter category. But of course, that's a story I just made up. So what I really know is that when we make a commitment to listening to and following inner guidance, that Spirit will nudge us, will call us, will propel us into our next growth point. And so that's what happened, and that's why I'm here today. Also, there's the old saying that we teach what we most need to learn. And one of the things I really appreciate about this community is that we are always learning from each other and teaching each other. So, the blessings of uncertainty. First of all, exactly what is a blessing? I came across this term some years ago, and you go to a lot of workshops and things kind of come and go, but a few things stick. And this one stuck with me because it's such a great invitation and reminder to shift my perspective. Blessing, if you haven't figured it out, is the combination of the words blessing and lesson. Here's one way to describe it. So, a blessing is when you're able to view painful lessons as blessings. In other words, a blessing is what happens when you see the blessing in the lesson that your challenge taught you. When we think of lessons, images may come to mind of learning your multiplication tables or listening to a boring lecture or going through a difficult life circumstance. We may even think of phrases such as, well, I hope she learned her lesson, or that'll teach her a lesson. I never heard those things, no. So a lesson, is something that can carry overtones of maybe it's useful, but it's not, but it's rather painful perhaps, or at least it's not pleasant. So when we make that transformation from lesson to blessing, we're able to change our perspective about the lesson, recognizing it for the blessing that it is, a learning experience that expands our understanding and leads us to a greater capacity for love. So we're going to be talking about blessings. Now, let's consider everybody's favorite topic, uncertainty. One day, I decided I'd conduct an experiment to watch my thoughts and see how many times I was in uncertainty as compared to certainty. And the results probably won't surprise you. I was in uncertainty a great deal more than I was in certainty. It started with not knowing what I was going to eat for breakfast, what I would wear that day, what might transpire during the day. But it's the big uncertainties that grab us and evoke the strongest emotional reactivity in us. Just think about it. We face all sorts of global and societal uncertainties, such as the pandemic, politics, poverty, war, weather, and what we're going to do about systemic racism and climate change. We have personal uncertainty about our jobs, finances, relationships, ethical conflicts, health, parenting, and time priorities. And here at Unity Spiritual Center Spokane, right now, we're in a time of considerable uncertainty about how our transition process will unfold, about who our new minister will be, when he or she will come, what it'll be like when that person arrives. Also about our reopening, how we will reach full reopening, providing our youth services. There are so many uncertainties. And also about how we're going to stay connected in a meaningful way with each other in the meantime. And then there's also the movement to a whole new paradigm in the world where it's just possible that there's a whole new golden age upon us, and shifts energies are coming in, and that creates in itself a whole lot of uncertainty because we have no idea what the process is or what it'll look like, even though we certainly can hold that vision. Now let's stop for a moment. I'm going to pause and ask you to just close your eyes and check in with yourself. After hearing this litany of uncertainties, just check in with what feelings are there and see if you can put a name to them. And breathe. We have just experienced the first blessing of uncertainty. Uncertainty blesses us with the lesson of remembering that when we experience emotional triggering or discomfort, that it's an invitation to greater self-awareness. It's an invitation to stop and check in with ourselves for what we are feeling and what we're needing. I'm guessing that most of us, in the face of uncertainty, initially experience some form of unease or discomfort or self-doubt or overwhelm or worry or resistance or fear, and that's okay. The most important thing is to check in and be aware. When we skip this step, that's when we fall into reactivity, which is acting on our emotions without reflection. When we check in with ourselves, we can respond, opening up a wider range of options for how to act and allowing Spirit to manifest good through us. So, once we are aware of our feelings and needs, uncertainty provides us with yet another blessing. The blessing of learning, as A Course in Miracles states, that we can choose once again in every moment. One of the most basic choices is whether we're going to act and live out of fear or out of love. Gary Zukav describes it this way: the choice that frees or imprisons us is love or fear. Love liberates, fear imprisons. So, do I look at the universe as for me or against me? Will I allow past experience to dictate this choice? This underlying belief will impact the stories we tell ourselves, and it will impact how we think and how we act. For the past several years here at Unity, we've been growing into a greater understanding of no one and nothing is against me. But sometimes our fear imprisons us into forgetting. To illustrate this choice, I'd like to share a story with you from the realm of great classical literature. Ready for anything, my 4-year-old granddaughter's favorite story. So here's how this story goes. Duck asks Raccoon to go on a picnic. Raccoon hesitates, spewing forth a whole stream of what-ifs. What if we're attacked by giant killer bees? What if the bees chase us into the cold river? And then we get out and a huge storm comes and we have to go into a cave and there is a giant fire-breathing dragon in there. And they decide to hide under the covers. But then Duck counters. Well, what if it's not killer bees, but a beautiful flock of butterflies? And what if it's a hot day and we just want to jump into the river to cool off? And then we get out and we go exploring and we find a cave. And in that cave is a cute little baby dragon who wants to roast our marshmallows. Well, of course, they decide that going on a picnic is much more fun than hiding under a blanket. So our question is, are we going to hide under a blanket or are we going to go on a picnic? So, choosing love over fear is not a one-time thing. It's a moment-to-moment choice and a decision to seek the blessing in whatever experience or circumstance we find ourselves. It's not a static personality trait such as being an optimist or a pessimist or a skeptic, but it does often involve undoing some long-standing habits of mind. The second blessing of uncertainty is that each of us is offered the opportunity to make a conscious choice about where we place our co-creative powers and energies. Will we constrict, avoid, resist, and allow fear to lead us? Or will we move forward in love, opening to the field of infinite possibilities, deep connections, and joy that are ours to claim? A recent example of this choice for me has been in the way I respond to the current political situation in our nation. We are currently facing a deep level of uncertainty about how the next few days, weeks, and months will unfold. Having a smooth and effective transition of power has been something that we've always taken for granted, but this year it wasn't so certain until it actually happened. Amidst the recent attack on the Capitol, the dire warnings of more violence, and the deep polarization of our people, fear has been knocking at my door. I hear worry, concern, and fear around me as we all try to understand what is transpiring. It's easy to feel powerless, constricted, and frightened. But choosing how to use our co-creative power is not just a nice idea to pull out when it's convenient. In times such as this, choosing intentionally is more important than ever. I've come to realize that acknowledging my fear does not mean I have to let it drive my mood, my words, or my actions. So, in this situation, what does it mean to move forward in love and open to new possibilities? For me, it means to breathe, to return to my center, and send energies of loving kindness to our leaders, all of them of all political persuasions. It means that I actively create a vision for a nation where compassion and caring and reason guide our dialogue, and where we remember our goodness as a people and the goodness of people all over the world. It means to listen to my inner guidance about where my time and my attention should be placed to bring forth that vision. I love this quote. Look for the opportunity to leap and leap faster than fear can grab you. Let us leap into the arms of love. Once we have become more proficient at making that choice to look beyond our fear, at least for the moment, uncertainty presents us with yet another blessing. Human beings spend a great deal of time and energy in the quest for certainty. We want to know. We want to be able to trust outer circumstances. We want to be able to prepare. The problem is that we're seeking certainty in the wrong places. Benjamin Franklin is well known for his saying, "The only thing that is certain is death and taxes." And in the material world, that may very well be the case. In a synonym search for the word certainty, I found two different types of interpretations of the word and discovered why I felt some discomfort with that word. The most common interpretation had to do with what I will call ego certainty, the conviction that I am right and others are wrong, and that there's an unwillingness to consider any other option. Synonyms for this kind of certainty included cocksureness, domination, dogmatism, all relating to control and constriction arising from fear and involving one party forcing their certainty on another, the antithesis of leaping into the arms of love. But the second interpretation of certainty involves that certainty that is based on inner knowing. Ego certainty can masquerade as this kind of spiritual certainty, as when two people or two nations war with one another, both certain that God and truth are only on their side. But the spiritual certainty to which I refer is certainty of the heart that arises from a deep inner experience of peace, love, and light. Synonyms for this kind of certainty are faith, trust, intuition, and spiritual knowing, qualities that motivate us to explore and manifest our divine purpose. Gary Zukav writes, "Spiritual growth requires the development of inner knowing and inner authority. It requires the heart, not the intellect." Last week, Rich Seaman spoke to us about the 9 pathways to experiencing the divine. The ways I access that experience are through meditation, relationships, being in nature, and through music and movement. Uncertainty can motivate us to be more aware of and activate these pathways. It can lead us to seek and find the very core of our beings, the deep inner knowing that we are created in love and that there is nothing we can do to change that fact. And in that love, the I am presence of each one of us is one with the I am presence of every other being. We are never alone. We may forget or hide from this knowing, but the love and light within us cannot be diminished and continues to call us home to that truth. So I invite you to consider, what is it that I am certain about? Turning your focus away from outer circumstances and reaching deep within to touch the heart of who you truly are. In 2008, I became an ordained minister through the Seminary of Spiritual Peacemaking. A part of my training involved learning about the emissary wheel, which you see on the screen before you. This wheel is an ancient geometric sacred form that represents the transformational journey of moving us closer to our spiritual center and experiencing true peace. As you can see, the emissary wheel is a large circle with 4 interlocking triangles. creating a dodecagon or 12-sided polygon with a triangle and a circle at the center. The center circle represents the pure divine love light, which we truly are. The points of the dodecagon, formed by the 4 large intersecting triangles, represent 12 of the highest qualities or attributes that we need to cultivate in these human lives of ours. Notice that the attribute at the 3 o'clock position is certainty. This certainty is described as moving beyond belief to knowing, embracing the knowing of who you are. If you follow the line from certainty to the 7 o'clock point of that triangle, you will see the word understanding, and then on to the 11 o'clock position to complete the triangle at agape. The understanding to which this refers involves going as far as we can with the intellect and then releasing it to go deeper. And where are we going? We're going to agape, which is the heart of unconditional love. These 3 link together as a roadmap to important aspects of our spiritual unfoldment. Looking more closely at the emissary wheel, you will see that there is a smaller triangle surrounding the circle in the center. The 3 sides of that triangle represent trust, gratitude, and surrender. These are transformational processes or portals through which we can find our way home. The uncertainties that surround us invite us to trust that we are guided to the highest good for all, to have gratitude for and appreciate our blessings, our gifts, and our potentials, and to surrender all that is not of love. Of course, even as we immerse ourselves in our spiritual knowing, the world will still present us with ongoing uncertainties, ambiguities, unknowns through which we must navigate. Pema Chodron writes, "As human beings, not only do we seek resolution, we also feel we deserve resolution. We don't deserve resolution. We deserve something better than that. We deserve our birthright, which is the middle way, an open state of mind that can relax with paradox and ambiguity." And I don't know about you, but for me, that's one of my biggest challenges, is to relax with paradox and ambiguity. But that brings us to the final blessing of uncertainty that we'll explore today, surrender. In that open state of mind, we can receive the blessing of the lesson of surrender. Let's look a little more closely at the spiritual process of surrender. Particularly in our individualistic Western culture, surrender is often seen as an act of weakness, a giving in, a giving up of our rights. But what are we really surrendering when we look at surrender as a pathway to inner peace and our deepest selves? We are surrendering being asleep to our feelings and needs. We're surrendering our reactivity and the fear-based stories that we tell ourselves. We're surrendering our need to be right at all costs. And we are surrendering our belief that our safety lies in controlling other people and outer circumstances. And what exactly are we surrendering to? I actually prefer to say surrendering into, because to say surrendering to implies kind of a dualistic way of thinking, where what I am surrendering, the direction I'm going with my surrender is something outside of myself, but really it's all the same thing. So, what are we choosing to surrender into? We're surrendering into the experience of love, acceptance, and true safety. We're surrendering into peace of mind and freedom from anxiety. We're surrendering into infinite possibilities and manifesting who we have come here to be. We are surrendering into living out our divine life purpose. And we are surrendering into oneness. Surrender involves a willingness to be in the presence of uncertainty and lean into it, relax into it, allowing our certainty about who we are to serve as a foundation for trusting that Spirit, God, love, whatever you call it, is at the very heart of the unfoldment of this universe. As we surrender, we enter into peace of mind, and we create space for Spirit to manifest good through us. Amy Tanner, in her book, The Gift of Uncertainty, writes, "It is at the cusp of uncertainty that the real magic happens. As the master teacher, God would certainly allow for that uncertainty in his lesson plans for our lives. And it is as we let go of our need for knowledge and certainty, and I would qualify that as ego certainty, that God can step into our lives in his expansiveness and work true miracles." So, are you ready to allow miracles in your life? When uncertainty shows up, let's greet it as a friend, remembering with gratitude that many blessings are awaiting us. So in review, uncertainty brings us a reminder to seek greater self-awareness, interrupting reactivity, and checking in for our feelings and needs. Uncertainty offers us the opportunity to choose once again in every moment, turning our co-creative energies away from fear and toward love, possibility, and joy. Uncertainty helps us hear the call to seek and find inner certainty about who we are and embrace that knowing as the foundation for our lives. And finally, uncertainty is an invitation to open and lean in, to lean into ambiguity, surrendering ourselves to peace of mind and creative outcomes more wonderful than anything we could have imagined. So now we're going to move into our time of meditation, beginning with this beautiful song from Karen Drucker, "There Is Only Love."
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. It's love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. There is only
Ah, there is only love. There is only love. I invite you now to settle into your chair. Just relax and allow yourself to be supported. Let's take 3 slow, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, allowing your belly to expand with each in-breath. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Now, as you feel your body settling into stillness, gently release any points of discomfort or tension. Just breathe them out. And if there are any that are not yet ready to be released, just allow them. As you continue to focus on your breath, allow your mind to release its busyness, making room for silence. As thoughts arise, simply watch them pass by as a car might pass on the street and be gone. Placing your focus on the space between any cars. Now turn your attention to your heart. Allow a thought of a beloved person or animal to come to mind. And open to that energy of love as you enjoy their presence. Invite in the loving presence of any angels, spiritual masters, or other spiritual beings whose energy, light, and vibration you wish to experience. Take that felt presence of love with you as we move deeper into our experience together. Picture yourself outdoors in a beautiful setting, perhaps a forest or a beach, an open field, a lake. And as you sit or stand or walk there, begin to notice that all around you there's this beautiful golden glow. And this glow seems to infiltrate everything. And it turns into a stream of golden liquid light that is flowing over and around you, immersing you in its warmth and beauty. Imagine everything is covered in this golden liquid light, glimmering, shimmering, shining. Everything looks so beautiful. I feel golden liquid light energy cascading into my being. Through every pore, every cell, every thought, every aspect of my reality. I see all my communications, actions, experiences, and creations being filled with this golden liquid light. Everything within me and everything I put out into the world holds the light, the vibration, and the essence of spirit. Feel that essence. It is what you truly are. I feel a perpetual wave of love moving through me, and I surrender to its embrace. I lean into it. I absorb this infinite golden stream of awakening to the love in which I was created. I ground myself in this love. I expand into this love. I activate the purest vibration of infinite love within my being. I unlock my power of love. Say that silently with me. I unlock my power of love. I unlock my power of love. Now, without any expectation or judgment, let's simply be present in the silence and receive. As you begin to return your awareness to this sacred space we have created together, take a moment to first silently express your gratitude. We feel our connection with the infinite love of Spirit and with one another. And all is well. And so it is. When you're ready, begin to move around and be aware of the sounds and the feelings around you, of the air. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Joan. That was amazing. Actually, I'm kind of like, oh, do I have to come back up here? Very relaxed. That was a beautiful message. It's just what I needed to hear this morning, and I'm certain I'm not the only one. So thank you for that and for that beautiful meditation. And oh, by the way, I think you are a public speaker, so I'm going to be expecting to see you sign up more and more, okay? Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one power, one presence, one life. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your journey of transformation, you are welcome here. If you are new to our ministry and are interested in learning more about our upcoming transformational speakers, workshops, and events, please sign up for our email newsletter by texting Unity Spokane to 22828. To join our newsletter, we send those out every Wednesday, so please do that. And then you can also sign up on our website at unityspokane.org. We would also like to connect with you on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can just search Unity Spiritual Center Spokane to find us. And now it is our time to acknowledge and bless one another with a socially distanced namaste greeting. Whether you're here in the sanctuary or at home, please feel free to stand up and send your conscious, loving energy to those around you. Cool. Okay, and now it's our time to celebrate abundance together as we share our gifts and love offerings. For those of you feeling the divine call to financially support our ministry today, you can drop your love offering in the little glass bowl in the back of the sanctuary. Another option is to text GIVE to 253-528-7416 or visit our website, unityspokane.org, and click the donate button at the top. Please know that your giving means so much to the vitality of our ministry. And with that in mind, let us take a moment now to sink into our hearts and bring forth a feeling of gratitude and generosity as we say together our love offering blessing. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. Our chaplains today are Tim, who is holding the virtual service in prayer from home, and David, who is holding the space here in the sanctuary. Thank you so much, Tim and David, for your service today. We would like to encourage anyone who is in need of prayer support to please submit your request through our online form. Simply go to unityspokane.org and click on the Contact Us button on the main page. You will be taken to a prayer request form. Names are added to our prayer list and are prayed over for 30 days by both our prayer ministry and by Silent Unity as well. So lots of prayer support. And now let us all join together for our closing prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. Together we affirm, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.
That was meant to be with God as we
One more announcement, just because it is COVID-19 times. Please, if you want to talk a little more, we want you to do that, but we really can't have you do it in the sanctuary, so if you don't mind going out to the parking lot, that's where we'll see ourselves now. Thank you so much, everyone.